What's happening, guys, and welcome back to another MCOC news video. And there's a few stories to cover. Not a huge amount has actually happened in the last 48 hours since I did the last news. So yeah, let's get into these small stories. Our first story obviously is the last week's server disruptions. Obviously this happened and it's something that I didn't think Kabam would acknowledge to a point where they want to do any kind of compensation or anything like that, but they have. And it says basically on August 16, 2017, we experienced multiple service outages that disrupted the game for many players. This is obviously the reason that we have 30-minute timers and a few other things with regards to just ticking us over. But like I said, I didn't think there was going to be any compensation. They apologise for the inconvenience to players and also go as far as to say that obviously we know what it affected things like alliance quests and other things that were going on within the game, especially things like arena grinds. So what they decided to do was give us back some kind of stuff. So first of all, we'll start off with some map 5 crystals, as well as we got some I think the crystals were applicable to what kind of alliance quest you were doing, but the other thing was arena boosts. So that's cool to get the arena boost crystals. But the next thing of appreciation is halls of healing and halls of fortune weekend. So obviously instead of us kind of spending money on getting like revives and like health potions and stuff, we can actually win them through the halls of healing. The same thing is applied against the halls of fortune, so that's good to come back. So there's a good amount of gold grinding as well as health and revive grinding, which could potentially be an option. And also the trade up system has returned. The health potions trade up system is back. And that's really good to see going into the 28th of August, especially leading up to the end of the month, and a new content that's coming up for the following month's stuff. By the time of the news coming out, everyone should have those items hitting their account, as well as seeing the halls of healing coming up as an event to go into. Obviously, use this time as wisely as possible to get in, grind them out, and get those health potions and potential revives. So it's gonna be good for us. It's gonna be real good. And our second story is one of these kind of open debate things, people showing their appreciation, because a lot of things on the forum is very kind of showing the negative side of things, like showing where Kabam are kind of ultimately making so many mistakes. And it's the difference between a complaint, a legitimate complaint, a character assassination, and all-out war. It's very difficult to kind of get a message conveyed across, especially one that's maybe well structured and kind of shows like, yeah, okay, Kabam make mistakes here, but also, you know, this is where maybe they could really improve on. And I think that's the separation between someone who's looking like they're, like I said, a complete character assassination, and someone that just wants to put a legitimate complaint through with regards to helping people out with regards to the developers. Obviously they do get it wrong, but it's quite interesting here. Like, great job Kabam, this the kind of forum post, and there's a lot of kind of like mixed response to that, and it is a very interesting read. There's a lot of kind of these forum posts, but I suppose it's different. It's very different than normal to see a post like this, because usually it is just an all-out character assassination on the company of Kabam. And obviously, if you want to weigh in on this this debate, then I'll put a link to this forum post in the description below. Our next story is covering something which didn't really get much press. It was kind of like covered briefly, and then I'd say kind of went away. And this was this image here. This is an image of what has been kind of tipped as Gladiator Hulk. Obviously, I'm not 100% on this source. It is a Google search source. Potentially could be realistic, but again, very hard to say. The abilities for this Gladiator Hulk, potentially, obviously Fury, we've got block break, and we've got poison immunity. But at this point, it's very hard to kind of pinpoint what this is with regards to an image. Kind of looks like it could be. I thought I would see some sort of weaponry if that was the case. Also, not too certain with regards to this foot here. It does look very kind of well, different, and doesn't kind of fit in with the scheme that it's on a rotation. Not as well too sure with regards to the glimmer off the armor. If it was kind of textured correctly, it would be gleaming in certain areas, but I don't know. As well, they kind of I thought that this was kind of like a bit odd here with the on the helmet with the tassels. You kind of think that would that would not go as high. Again, very hard to tell. It does look a little bit, I'm not sure. I've not seen the video source, if this was to be a video source, so I'm not 100% sure on it. Don't want to really speculate, but still, it's an image. We'll go with that. But I thought we'll kind of raise it in MCOC news and leave the debate. Does this look real or does this look fake? And our final story is, it's just kind of elaborate. If a lot of people haven't seen this video I did, which is called New Villain Theory, the bigger issue, plus Let's Talk Blade, and it kind of goes through the different timelines as well as key information and key people involved with regards to who is this potential mystery character in the right hand corner here. And we do try and kind of analyze a few things. I go to people like Al Ewing, who's the person who created Guillotine, to have a look at who this potential person within the wider universe of Guillotine could be. And there is one mistake in this video. I am still so much trouble with Power Director, which is my editor at the moment. I need to purchase a new one, but it's going to cost me a bit of money, so I'm trying to save up for that. And every time that a little change is made, it seems to then revert back to a previous change. So when I'm taking out pauses or times where I'm kind of trying to open my eyes or kind of like blink and kind of get ready for the next kind of sequence, it then just chops out that, and this can be very frustrating. I need to kind of then alter that with YouTube Editor, and that doesn't always work. The long story short is that I'm having problems with my editor, and I need to kind of get a new Power Director or new editing program in order to get those things sorted, because it is really pissing me off now. So thank you very much for watching the 25th of August version. So thank you for watching the 25th of August 2017's edition of MCOC News. I'm sorry it's been a slow news day. There's just not been too many things to cover. There's just not really kind of huge things happening. It seems to be next week that will kind of kick things off and have some kind of original stuff. Hopefully I'll be live streaming on Saturday. Can't 100% verify that. It just depends on what I get done tonight, as in Friday, and then what I can make ready for the weekend. So therefore I've got some time to rebuild my live stream and make it really kind of nice and presentable. Obviously, if you want to go and see any of those articles, the link is in the description below as well. Find me on social media, link is in the description. Put those notifications on so my videos pop up. And thanks very much for watching, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.